Welcome to the Resilience Lounge. Today we're diving deep into a space many of us know intimately. It's that feeling when you're pushing a boulder uphill. Every muscle strains, your breath is short, your focus is narrowed to just the next agonizing inch. You know you can't stop, but you're not sure how much longer you can keep going. Now, here's the critical question. Is that boulder about to roll back and crush you? Or are you just one final push away from the summit, where the view will change everything? This is the razor's edge between burnout and breakthrough. And today, we are going to learn how to tell the difference. Because for us, especially for women of color, navigating this edge is a daily reality. We are conditioned to push, to strive, to be twice as good, but we are rarely given the tools to know when that pushing is building us up versus when it's breaking us down. So take a breath, settle into your space. This episode is your permission slip to get honest with yourself. We're going to equip you with 5 diagnostic questions to figure out where you truly stand, and then we'll map out 2 distinct paths forward. One for gentle recovery and one for that final powerful push. Let's begin. First, let's get clear on what burnout truly is. It's a word we throw around a lot, but its clinical definition is far more than just feeling tired. It's a state of chronic stress that leads to 3 specific things. First, overwhelming physical and emotional exhaustion. Second, cynicism and detachment. That feeling of being disconnected from your work and the people around you. And third, a sense of ineffectiveness and lack of accomplishment. You feel like nothing you do matters. Let me paint a picture for you. Let's call her Priya. Priya is a brilliant software engineer, a daughter of immigrants, the first in her family to enter the tech world. She works tirelessly, not just doing her job, but mentoring other young women of color, sitting on the Diversity Council, and organizing family events. She's the one everyone counts on. But lately, the light in her has dimmed. She drags herself out of bed after hitting snooze 5 times. The work she used to love now feels like a series of pointless tickets in a system. At meetings, where she once offered sharp insights, she now stays silent, feeling like an imposter. When a junior colleague asks for help, she feels a flash of irritation instead of generosity. She scrolls endlessly on her phone at night, too tired to sleep, too wired to rest. That, my friends, is burnout. And for women of color, this isn't just about workload. It's the exhaustion of code switching all day. It's the weight of being the only one in the room. It's the constant low-grade stress of navigating microaggressions. It's the pressure of the strong Black woman or the model minority myth that tells us we cannot falter, we cannot rest. Our burnout often carries the invisible weight of generations of struggle and expectation. A breakthrough, on the other hand, feels different. It's also hard. It also requires immense effort, but it's a challenge that feels expansive, not depleting. It's the feeling of learning a new skill, of leading a team through a tough project and succeeding, of finding your voice and speaking a difficult truth. It's the discomfort that precedes growth. So, how do we tell them apart? We start by asking the right questions. Here are your 5 diagnostic questions. I invite you to really sit with them, maybe even pause after each one and jot down what comes up for you. Question 1. What is the quality of my energy? This isn't about how much energy you have, but what it feels like. Burnout energy is a deep cellular depletion. It's feeling bone tired. It's when a full night's sleep doesn't touch the sides of your fatigue. It's the exhaustion that comes from constantly being on guard, the hypervigilance of navigating spaces not built for you. You feel like a phone battery that's stuck at 3% and won't charge past it. Breakthrough energy, however, is the good tired. It's the satisfying ache in your muscles after a challenging workout. It's the mental fatigue that comes after a deep, focused session of creative work. You might be tired, but you also feel a sense of accomplishment and forward momentum. You feel challenged, stretched, but not drained. You're being charged, not depleted. Think about it. Is your energy spent on defense or on creation? That's the difference. Question two: what is my emotional default? When you're not actively engaged in something, where does your mind go? What is the background music of your inner world? For burnout, the default emotions are cynicism, dread, and irritability. It's waking up with a sense of, ugh, another day of this. It's feeling resentful of your colleagues, your clients, even your family. It's a pervasive numbness where even good news doesn't seem to land. This is a protective mechanism. Your mind is trying to shield you from more disappointment by detaching completely. The emotional default of a breakthrough is different. It's marked by curiosity, engagement, and a foundational sense of optimism. This doesn't mean you're happy all the time. The work might be frustrating, you might face setbacks, but underneath it all, there's a belief that it's worth it. There's a passion for the problem you're solving, and excitement about what you're learning. The background music isn't dread, it's a quiet hum of purpose. You might dread a specific difficult conversation, but you don't dread your life. This leads us to question three: how do I view my work and my purpose? When you are deep in burnout, your work feels like a series of meaningless, disconnected tasks. You've lost the why. You might be doing the exact same job that once felt meaningful, but now it just feels like pushing paper or closing tickets. You feel trapped, your contribution invisible. For many women of color, this can manifest as feeling like a cog in a machine that is actively harming communities like yours, or feeling like your unique perspective is consistently ignored, reducing your purpose to mere performance. On the path to a breakthrough, you are deeply connected to your why. The work is hard, yes, but it's aligned with your values. You can see the impact you're making, or at least the potential for it. Even on the toughest days, you can connect your daily tasks back to a larger mission that fuels you. It's the difference between feeling like you're just laying bricks and knowing you are building a cathedral. Your purpose is your North Star, guiding you through the difficulty. Question four is crucial. Where is my focus? Burnout narrows your focus to survival. You're constantly scanning for threats, fixating on problems, ruminating on what went wrong. Your mind is a hamster wheel of anxieties and resentments. You're focused on the obstacles, the systemic barriers, the slights and injustices. And let me be clear, those barriers are real. But when burnout takes hold, they become the entire landscape, leaving no room for possibility. A breakthrough mindset, while acknowledging the challenges, keeps its focus on possibilities. It asks, what can I learn from this? How can we solve this? What is the opportunity here? Your focus is on solutions, on growth, on the vision of what you are creating. It's about channeling the righteous anger at injustice into building something new rather than letting it consume you. Your focus is on your own power, your own agency, even within limiting systems. And finally, question five: what is my relationship with rest? In a state of burnout, rest feels impossible, indulgent, or even dangerous. You feel guilty for resting. You believe that if you stop, everything will fall apart, or your rest isn't restorative at all. It's just collapsing on the couch, mindlessly scrolling, which doesn't actually refill your cup. For so many of us, we've internalized the strong woman myth so deeply that we see rest as weakness. We forget that our ancestors braided seeds into their hair for the long journey. They knew the importance of preserving resources for the future. When you're pushing towards a breakthrough, your relationship with rest is entirely different. Rest is not the enemy of work, it is a vital part of the work. You see rest as a strategy. It's a non negotiable tool for resilience, creativity, and insight. You schedule rest, you protect it fiercely. You understand that the aha moment you're looking for won't come when you're grinding at 11 p.m. It will come in the shower, on a walk, or the morning after a night of deep, restorative sleep. You reclaim rest as an act of resistance and wisdom. Let's go deeper on this. We often think of rest as just sleep or lying on the couch, but there are 7 types of rest we need to be whole. There's physical rest, which can be passive like sleeping or active like yoga. There's mental rest, taking breaks from the constant chatter in our minds. There's sensory rest, closing your eyes for 5 minutes in a quiet room to escape the barrage of city sounds and screen lights. There's creative rest, allowing yourself to appreciate beauty with no agenda, like visiting a gallery or walking in nature. There's emotional rest, having the space to express your feelings freely without judgment. There's social rest, spending time with people who revive you, not drain you. And finally, there's spiritual rest, connecting to something larger than yourself. A breakthrough requires you to be a connoisseur of rest, prescribing yourself the right kind at the right time. So take a moment. How did you answer those questions? Be honest, without judgment. If you found yourself nodding along to the descriptions of depletion, cynicism, and guilt ridden rest, then your path right now is one of recovery. But if you recognize the feelings of challenge, purpose, and strategic rest, then your path is about harnessing that momentum for a breakthrough. Let's talk about what each path looks like. If you are in burnout, your first and only job is to stop the bleeding. You cannot hustle your way out of burnout. Let me repeat that. You cannot hustle your way out of burnout. The cure for exhaustion is not more effort, it is rest. Here is your action plan. First, give yourself permission. Permission to be tired, permission to be unproductive, permission to disappoint people. You must release the cape of the strong woman and allow yourself to be human. Second, practice strategic discomfort, but with support. This means leaning into the hard parts, but not alone. Who is your board of directors? Who is your mentor? Who is the friend you can call when you want to quit? A breakthrough doesn't happen in isolation. Build your scaffolding of support before you climb. Second, perform a radical triage on your life. Get a piece of paper and write down all of your commitments. Then label each one: delegate, delay, or delete. Be ruthless. Can that committee work wait until next quarter? Can you order takeout instead of cooking every night? Can you say a graceful no to that family obligation that drains you? You must create space. Let's be really practical about this triage. Delegating might look like asking your partner to take over school lunches for the month. It might be using a grocery delivery service. At work, it might be telling your manager, I can do A or B, but I can't do both right now. Which is the priority? Deleting might mean bowing out of the book club that feels more like a chore than a joy. Delaying could be pushing a personal project back by a few months. It's not about dropping the ball. It's about intentionally putting some balls down so you can hold the most important ones. This isn't weakness. It's the strategic retreat of a wise general gathering strength for the next campaign. The space you create isn't meant to be empty. It's meant to be filled with things that nourish you. Fourth, and this is critical, seek a truly supportive community. Find the people you don't have to perform for, the friends you can be a mess with. This may also mean seeking professional, culturally competent care. A therapist who understands the specific pressures you face as a woman of color is not a luxury. It is a lifeline. And finally, reconnect with your body. Burnout lives in the body. So, gentle movement, nourishing food, hydration, and prioritizing sleep are not wellness fads. They are essential medicine. Now, what if your answers placed you on the edge of a breakthrough? Your task is different. It's not about stopping, it's about focusing your energy for that final push. Here is your plan. First, identify the friction. Get crystal clear on the specific challenge you are trying to overcome. Name it, write it down. A vague sense of pushing hard is draining. a specific mission, I am finishing this certification, or I am launching this community project, is energizing. Practice micro restoration. Don't wait for a vacation you can't afford or a weekend that's already booked. Find tiny pockets of rest in your day. Put your phone in another room for 10 minutes and listen to a song. Step outside and feel the sun on your face for 60 seconds. Practice box breathing. Inhale for 4, hold for 4, exhale for 4, hold for 4. These small acts signal safety. Amplify your unique strengths. In this final push, don't waste energy trying to fix your weaknesses. What are you uniquely brilliant at? What is your superpower? Double down on that. Delegate everything else you possibly can. This is the time to be unapologetically you. Fourth, as we discussed, protect your energy and your rest with the ferocity of a mother bear. A breakthrough requires peak energy. This means setting fierce boundaries. Saying no will be your most powerful tool. No to distractions, no to energy vampires, no to anything that doesn't serve the mission. And finally, get laser focused on your vision. What is on the other side of this push? What will this breakthrough make possible for you, for your family, for your community? Visualize it, feel it, journal about it, create a vision board. Make it so real you can taste it. That vision is the fuel that will get you over the summit. My beautiful, resilient sisters, the line between burnout and breakthrough is not a matter of strength, but of awareness. It's not about pushing harder. It's about pushing smarter. It's about knowing what your soul needs in this season. Is it the gentle medicine of rest or the focused fire of a final push? You hold the wisdom to know the difference. You have the agency to choose your path. This week, I invite you to just sit with one of those 5 questions, the one that resonated most deeply with you. Ask it without judgment and listen quietly for the answer. It will tell you everything you need to know. Thank you for sharing this space with me. Go gently and go powerfully. If this episode resonates with you, let us know. Like us, follow us, give us a heart.